Hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides, and I am riding along in late November. It's not too far from Thanksgiving. I will probably put this video out on Thanksgiving Day. I just want to talk about Thanksgiving and having an attitude of gratitude. I think that's something that's missing today. It shouldn't be missing, especially from the lives of people who belong to Jesus. I mean, we're guilty of not being as grateful as we should be, as well as anybody else, but out of all of us, those of us who have been saved by Jesus should be most grateful, I believe. So, let's just talk about Thanksgiving. As we know, Thanksgiving was started when there had been a very tough time for the Pilgrims. A lot of sickness, a lot of death, a lot of starvation. But afterwards, they had a good year where they wound up having a good Thanksgiving meal after, harvesting a large crop. And we don't know what all they had exactly, but it does appear that they had turkey. And it does appear that they had corn. But I don't know what else they had. It was all a good meal, and after being hungry for so long, any meal would be a great meal. So they were very grateful, very grateful. I'm sure they were sad that some of their loved ones were lost. Some of you all out there today have lost loved ones, and you're going through your first Thanksgiving without that loved one. I'm very familiar with that concept because my mother-in-law just passed away, and my wife's family is dealing with that. A lady we love dearly, a dear lady who knew how to be a grateful person. She was a very grateful person. Could teach us a lot about that. So I'm familiar with having lost a loved one at this time. And I know many of you are too, but let's not forget the original Pilgrims who founded this day, who started this Thanksgiving Day, had probably lost a lot more than we had. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, okay? So, the other part to this is the, some would say the religious aspect of it. So I do want to deal with that. I don't really think it's religious. I hate that word religious, because to me it's just you go through these motions to try to please God. That's what religion is. And I don't think we ought to be going through any motions. I think we ought to be honest and just have an attitude of gratitude. God's done so much for us. So I certainly want to thank Him for all that He's done. And He has done a lot for us. He's done a lot this year. He's done a lot in our lives. I do hope that things get even better as time goes on. I would like that. But if I read the Bible, generally speaking, it's not going to get better before it gets worse. I don't know. Maybe we're not quite at the end. That would be nice to not quite be at the end. But I'm not real sure. There's a lot of things that have happened that look like we're pretty close to the end. Even if that is the case and things are about to get worse, even if that is the case, we have much to be grateful for. I have much to be grateful for. One thing is, I have a new church. I went several months without having a continuous church, having a church to serve at. I've pastored or youth pastor, either way. I was a youth pastor first, and I've been in the ministry 28 years. I've been a pastor for at least the last 22 years. So, it's been a while since I'd been without a church. It's not often that I'm without a church. So I'm very grateful to God for giving me a new church. People to love, people to serve, people to serve with. I'm very grateful. What are you grateful for? I'd love to hear from you on this video about what you're grateful for too, okay?
Among the things that I'm thankful for are, of course, my family. This year has been a good year in many ways for my family. Of course, in the one way, the fact that we lost my mother-in-law, that was a hard thing, very hard thing. But this year we gained 2 new grandchildren, me and my wife did. A new grandson and a new granddaughter. So we're blessed that way. We've been able to spend time with some family. That's been good. We've done some travel together. That's been good. Those are things we're thankful for. We're thankful for friends who have stood by us, even in difficult times. We have many good friends, and I count myself fortunate and blessed to have that. I'm glad to be able to start this new church. We start this church in just a few days. Man, I'm excited about that. I look forward to the people who I get to teach about Jesus. Some hopefully will come to faith in Him, and some who are already trusting in Him may grow in their faith. I love to watch people come to Jesus, and I love to watch people grow in Christ too. I've seen that this year with several. So that's good. Write down on the comments, please, what you are most grateful for. I have been able to ride quite a bit this year. I started this channel this year. I've met some of you, mostly here online on YouTube. When I say meet, that comes with some quotes around it. Quote unquote, meet, you know. But you've been very encouraging, and so I thank God for you. But I would love to hear what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. What better thing to do on Thanksgiving than to give thanks? Let people see it. Let people hear it. Let people know about it. Maybe it'll rub off on some. It's been so long, it seems like many people have been ungrateful. So maybe you and I together here can be good influences and say what we're grateful for. One of the things I'm grateful for is freedom of speech. Some would say we don't have as much as we had in the past, but this is online right now, so I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Freedom of religion. I mean, we get to worship the way that we think is right and best, and our nation can't tell us to stop. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I live in a free country. Well, guys, I would love to see lists of 10 things, lists of 3 things that you're grateful for, okay? Please, if you would, hit like, share, and subscribe. God bless.